recklessly charging into treacherous waters to save the lives of anyone who needs them, the volunteers of the Royal National Lifeboat Institution are incredible. And on this day in 1824, the organisation was formed. So who are these superheroes of the sea, and how did they come to be? Well, the man at the helm was Sir William Hillary. Sir William was born in Liverpool. His family were Quakers, but nevertheless, they profited from the slave trade. Boo! They were merchants with interests in sugar plantations in the West Indies. But William himself, he wasn't interested in the family business at all. He did some travelling, he married a rich lady, he moved to Essex, pretty standard stuff. Then he raised the largest private army in the country. It got 1,400 men in it, and it was intended to deter Napoleon from invading from France. Unfortunately, he couldn't actually afford this army, so he borrowed money from his mates. And when their goodwill and dollar bills ran out, he had to sell all of his stuff. Then his marriage fell apart when his wife had another man's baby. It's a tale as old as time. Whomst amongst us has not lost everything due to trying to raise a giant private army. So, Sir William relocated to the Isle of Man, where the cost of living was cheap and the debt collectors couldn't get to you. It was perfect. And it was here that he saw his fair share of shipwrecks. He would row out to try and save people where he could, but there were roughly 1,800 shipwrecks a year off the coast of the island in the early 1800s. It was deadly business, which is saying a lot given that it was the 1800s and even wallpaper could kill you back then. They put arsenic in it to make it green. Anyway, Sir William, he approached the Navy and various MPs proposing a voluntary lifeboat service to try and stop so many people from drowning all of the time. And they said, nah. So he approached London's high society and he appealed to their philanthropic side. They were more than happy to throw pocket money at a problem that would then make them all look like heroes. Did some of these people have ties to the slave trade? Yes. Were some of them abolitionists? Also yes. But, kind of hats off to the RNLI for acknowledging all of this on their website. So now that the money had gotten involved, the king was more than happy to make a contribution himself, and he allowed the organisation to use the royal prefix. And do you know what? That is worth so much more than money, which he did also give. But on the 4th of March 1824, 30 fancy gentlemen, including the Archbishop of Canterbury, popped down to the pub, the City of London Tavern on Bishopsgate to be precise, and held their first meeting of the Royal National Institution for the Preservation of Life from Shipwreck. It was quite a mouthful, that's what she said. So it was rebranded to the RNLI in 1854. They became pioneers in innovation of life-saving technology. For example, they were involved in the creation of the first life jackets. They were made from strips of cork. They also worked on Lionel Lukin's design for an unemergible lifeboat, which was obviously needed in the bad conditions that caused the shipwrecks in the first place. Did you know that it wasn't until 1890 that steam-powered lifeboats were introduced? That's right, these people were just rowing out in little boats into the sea to save ships for no money, just because it was the right thing to do. That's absolutely incredible. And these steam-powered lifeboats, they didn't last for very long. They were slow, they were heavy, and in 1905, the motor-powered lifeboats that we know and love joined the team. In 1969, 18-year-old Norwegian Elizabeth Hosvet became the first official female crew member. There was some pushback, obviously, there always is, but today around 30% of lifeboat crew are female according to the RNLI website. To date, more than 146,000 lives have been saved by the RNLI, and they rely solely on donations. So next time you see a collection box, chuck in a few quid there to help them continue their amazing work. And thank you so much to all of the incredible volunteers risking their lives to help save people from a watery grave. Thank you for watching. Why not subscribe? And I'll see you tomorrow.